How many of us want more power? Well, like step into that place of God, that God-given power and light, to step into that place and be more full of light. So we're positively contagious, especially in a time of uncertainty. Hey guys, this is Robert on my overlooking the Granbury Lake here at our beautiful home in Texas. I'm doing a series from A to Z over the next, 26 days? How many letters in the alphabet? Probably add an extra day because, yes, I'm going from A to Z, but I'm starting with G, the 3 G's. Tomorrow I'll step into A and B and C. All right, but I had to start with 3 G's, and here's why. Here's the 3 places of the 3 choices. Number 1, the first G is step into a place of grace. What is grace? Grace is, to paraphrase, one definition of grace is the undeserved love. Maybe possibly the undeserved place of forgiveness and acceptance. I was in a I was in a session of gratitude with my honey, and she's talking about one of her mentors online on Facebook, Max Lucado. He's a beautiful mentor, faith-based man. He's impacted the world globally, and he talks about this. He was traveling in an airport recently, and he walked into the men's room, and guess what? Wasn't available. There was no toilet paper. Anybody relate to that one? And he's, I must just have to pay for this. So he walked out and he found an agent, somebody like that could help him, and said, "Excuse me, do I need to pay for this, or how can I get some needed, to finish my business over there in the bathroom?" And they said, "No, sir, we can't do it. People have They can't keep it in there. People steal the paper. Yes, we have a little bit here for you. Go ahead." Full of grace. And he said, "That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable to step into a place of self-centeredness or selfishness around something as simple as toilet paper." And he said, once we step into grace, grace is also serving and accepting where people are. Step into a place of accepting how people deal with it, how people deal with this circumstance, its uncertainty. Everyone is going to have a different way of handling stress. And when we have the grace, we step out of self-centeredness into a place of graciousness of spirit, graciousness of love, graciousness of giving back, and accepting how and when and how people deal with uncertainty in a spirit of acceptance and forgiveness. The second G is gratitude. One of my favorite posts recently on Facebook, and I did share it on all my platforms, was about a lot of our superheroes wear capes. Well, one of our biggest groups, huge group of superheroes, they wear scrubs. And they're the medical workers, the healthcare workers, the individuals who are getting up tirelessly, spending long days in service for other people. My gift son, name is Brian. He's the COO, operations officer of a medical center here. He's working 12-hour days. And why? They're preparing for what could be a tsunami of medical need, if you will, these next few weeks. We hope and pray not, but it's looking like that very well may be the case. We may have this overwhelmed and flooded medical establishments, hospitalization needs maybe just be much more than we could handle. We're going to hope and pray that's not the case. But the reality is that there's so many people who need, and they don't always ask for it, but they definitely need that affirmation, us simply telling them thank you, that sense of gratitude. So the second G is to step into a place of gratitude for the small things and the big things that people are doing all around us, from what our kids and grandkids have done to individuals like our fellow professionals who are in a line of work, if you will, that they're going into overdrive right now. Also, my gift daughter, Brian's wife, my stepdaughter, or daughter-in-law, she is in administration. She's called an avid teacher. And can you imagine? Because school very well just may be indefinitely out until next fall. Can you imagine the administration, the just behind the scenes scrambling they're doing to make it possible for the kids to stay in that place of learning and education and receiving the guidance they need? So my second G is that place of deep gratitude for our spouse, to little and big things they do, to the people who are in positions of service. It's amazing. And my third G, and to end this Facebook Live today in this first of the series here, is grit. One of my favorite mentors and dear friends, his name is David T.S. Wood. One of his topics, he spoke at one of our celebrations with our wellness community. It must have been 3 or 4 years ago now. And his whole presentation, he had an hour-long talk. It was all about grit. What is grit? Grit is that deep down determination. One way to look at it right now in this uncertainty in these next few weeks, possibly the next few months here, is to dig down deep, find areas where we can make a contribution in, whatever that is. One of mine is I love to teach, to mentor, to uplift people, to affirm people. What are the one ways that I can do that? And this, I'm going to be on this, doing a Facebook Live that you can turn to each day for the next 27 days, and it'll be a next series probably after that, I'm sure. But the point is, find a way, whatever your life has brought you in the form of experience, in the form of expertise, in the form of some of your God-given talents and power and light, step into that place and find a way to give, but have the grit, have the determination to step into that place and be consistent with it. Thank you. Grit on. Thanks, honeybee. So one of the biggest things that people need, and my honey, speaking of Joy, she's one of my biggest fans in life. I'm her biggest fan. Obviously, I love her. And one of the biggest things is Joy was reminding me of on her walk the other day. She heard one of our mentors, Tony Robbins, talks about people need also that sense of ritual and certainty. And in this time of uncertainty, one of the reasons why, can I be transparent, that I'm stepping into a series for the next 27 days, A to Z? Yes, it's because I'll have one more ritual that I'm committed to, that people are looking to tap into. So whatever that looks like for you, one of my other rituals that I'm, because of the nature of this time that we're in, that I'm stepping into is my meditation. And my prayer and my gratitude time is even more ritualistic now. It's so have the grit. One definition of grit is persistence. It's a daily persisting and a daily being accountable to what truly matters. Having the grit to carry it through, if you will, to persevere, and to step up, and to be of service. There's definitely a grit and a courage and a tenacity definitely attached to that. So whatever that is for you, my invitation, I'm personally stepping into, I'm adding some really cool rituals that serve others, but also keep me grounded in a sense of accountability and that grit, that consistent activity that makes a difference. So those are the 3 G's. Join me tomorrow as I step into A and on, and then B and C and D. I'm going to have fun with you. And if this resonates with you, give me a like or comment or smiley face, whatever it is. Create an amazing day. Step into a place of gratitude. Have the grit, have the determination to carry through on the areas where you can serve, and step into a place of grace. That's the biggest one of all. Take care. God bless.